Hello and welcome to Mobile Friday, and today's game is Puzzle and Dragons 0. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what the point of this one is, because if I go to the bottom, I'll quickly show you, we have the original Puzzle and Dragons game. Now I know that the game is probably a decade old now, and it's suffering. Everything's a little small, everything's not as high def, it's got to work on so many phones. I'm wondering if Puzzle and Dragons 0 is either like a more of a single player game, or if it's trying to reinvent or trying to create a new base to work from. What's also interesting, we have a vertical layout, very similar to the YouTube shorts I used to upload for the Switch Puzzle and Dragons game, but also, get to the end, a horizontal layout, more akin to what we saw on the Nintendo Switch game. So I'm going to hopefully try both of these out. It has just come out and was just patched a day ago, but not a lot of star ratings. The original game holds a lot of weight, a lot of favour here in Japan, so maybe it's that, or maybe it's just a different experience. But you and we're going to find out together. So let's see what happens when we start Puzzle and Dragons 0 for the first time. Of course, Game Center's part of this. Here's all the... I think we'll start vertical and then change it later. Up to track. What's nice is that this version appears to be in English. When it came to the original Puzzle and Dragon app, it was the language depended on the region you downloaded it from. So here in Japan, if I downloaded it, it would only be in Japanese. I would have to use like a UK account to get an English version. And is there a download? Huh, it's after the beginning, okay. Hopefully the bomb that's loading and not downloading. Okay, so it's perhaps more of an RPG, more of a story-based game. Whereas the Puzzle and Dragon game that already exists is kind of more just like... There is some RPG elements to it, there's some kind of fighting elements to it. Honestly, that original app is more of a collecting game now. So it looks like this one is more RPG. We have at top Dynamic Island, not in the way, but it's interesting that they've kept all the other icons up there. No autoplay option, bit unique. What do you think that is? Inolit? Not a character I recognise. I'll just do QT gamers for this. Oh, thank you. I picked it myself. Ah, no like comic book or cinematic intro. Okay. So in the original game, it was like 3 dragons of the same colours, as these. Well, that's a familiar character. If we're going to have a vertical layout like this, hopefully it's going to be easy to do one-handed, so that's what I'm going to try and do here. I've heard this music before. The Dynamic Island, top, we're safe, and the bar at the bottom is nice and clear as well. But this uses up a lot more of the screen than the original app does, so it does feel modern. And the graphics, the art isn't necessarily more detailed, it's just crisper. For example, it could be like 480p in the original, and here it's 1080p. That's what I mean, it's just not exactly more detailed, it's just crisper on screen. So, enemy in the middle, that's the same. Their health is that red bar. Time till they attack 2. We got our three monsters in the middle here. The HP and the orb movement time, they're the key ones we need to look at. You can see the countdown on the right side there. And yes, it resets. Yes, I'm still playing the Nintendo Switch version. Those videos are on Ko-fi though, rather than be on YouTube like they used to be. So if you're interested in the Switch version of Puzzle and Dragons, check out the playlist. We've still got all the old videos on there. I've heard this music before. Slightly updated. Interesting. Right side of normal dungeon, 5 of 5. Looks like it's going to be energy based. So that's how they're going to gate you. Instead of just playing start to finish, looks like you're going to have to use up energy to play. This one, yes, 0 credits on this one. Okay. Team skill, also something useful to look at. Not entirely sure what RCV means. It'll be interesting to see if the game tells us. It also says long press creature details. But because we're in this tutorial mode, I can't click on anything at the moment. But visually, I'm very happy with this. The only downside of doing this touchscreen, whereas on Switch I would use the controller, is that my thumb is covering some of the screen. So it's difficult to clearly see where the balls are. Hey, achievement. Thankfully, I got this HDMI out to a TV. Doesn't make it that much easier. Definitely prefer playing this with a controller. So for me, that's been playing one-handed. What I might do next is try to use, like, hold it on my left, use the right finger to see if I can see more of the screen clearer. Pretty alright, this tutorial. And I like it's not just throwing out all these things on screen like in the very first stage. Do one, do a stage, do a new one, do a stage, here's the third one on another stage. So it's talking about type effectiveness. But honestly, these guys are so weak, it's not a huge thing to worry about here. If we were up against some of the other bigger bosses, then yes, something you really need to think about. You can tap the enemy to pick one to focus your attack on. So I can tap the red guy, and then all my attacks would focus on him, so for him I would use the water. A little bit surprising they couldn't fit the type chart on screen. I wonder if that's going to be behind the menu button. Some nice vibration as well for that final explosion. I wonder what we're going to do with this thing we're collecting. That help screen is useful, but it's not staying on long enough for us to read it fully. It basically says you can forfeit the game if you go to menu. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't know why. My guess is if there's like a stalemate, which I have seen happen before, where no one can beat, you can't beat each other, you're kind of stuck. But these guys are kind of weak, so we don't need to worry too much about health of these guys. But at least the heart blocks do help with the combo. So, it's time for the boss. Again, the tips are useful, they're just not staying on screen long enough. Ah, we're talking about our creature skills. So, that one has that one, that one has that one, and that one has that one. But we can't use them yet. Gotta wait 3 turns, as it says on the right side, in 3 turns. Now I've got to close it, okay. So for me, it's nice to see that they're making this as accessible as all the other versions have been, really. What would be nice for me is whether or not we're going to get these same collaborations. Like, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII, so back in the day when there was the Final Fantasy VIII collaboration, I played that so hard until I got all the characters. So, use. Alright, want to do a big attack. So let's try and spend some time building up combos. Nah, not quite. Boom. Hey, he's back. It's a little heartless, that sentence there, isn't it? These people want to come with you, but you can only have one. So in the original app, the original Puzzle and Dragon game, you'd get one and you'd be able to evolve it over time. I'm not entirely sure that's how this game will play. So which one do we think looks cooler? Fire, grass, or water? Aha! Yes, you can hold it down to see. Changes all orbs. Okay. Changes the bottom row to the same one. Changes left to fire and right to health. So instantly you get fire combo plus health recharge. Going to be useful, so I'm going to pick that one. Let me know in the comments which one you picked. Oh, they've made this sound more epic. Okay. So we're heading into the real world now? I think that's what they just said. Tutorial finished. So this is a pretty clean main menu, isn't it? A lot of the games we play, this can be really clunky. There'll be lots of icons, tiny icons, big icons all over the place. At least here, it seems fairly well spaced. Okay. So, we can't check anything out. Still in the tutorial, I guess. There's a world 2. Alright. One of 5. So yes, that makes sense. And this music's the same as well. Same as the Switch version. So our new guy hits quite hard. Screw it, I need to break the combo. That'll be fine. Yeah, when we get a chance to change it, I'll have a look at switching it to horizontal, see what that looks like. So far, this is the typical Puzzle and Dragon kind of experience. Just perhaps without so much the collecting that the original game's now associated with. So for me, I played the Switch version more, so this is a more familiar experience to me. It's like that Switch Puzzle and Dragon version, where you're basically going through dungeons, trying to clear them, trying to get to the end. Not really a story on the Switch version. What I'm wondering is if they're going to update this a little bit more than they did the Switch version. That got, I think, 1 or maybe 2 updates, and then it hasn't been updated in years. With this being a mobile, and this one being story-based, I'm wondering if we're going to get more levels added. So it's the press and hold thing again. Level up. And level up. So a little anticlimactic. So on the top right, we can see we've got 580. Now 484. Aha, okay. So nothing mentioned about the character evolving. Alright, keep going. So with this video, it'll be interesting to see... Ooh, didn't knock them out. It'll be interesting to see when we run out of power, what the game will do. Normally for new players, the game will offer some incentive. Like, hey, you level up, you get a recharge of your power. So you can keep on playing. Or maybe we're new players in the tutorial section, so maybe they'll offer some more power. So it'll be interesting to see if there's anything like that here. So yeah, the vibration is somewhat satisfying actually. Some games use the vibration in iPhones, and this is an iPhone 14 by the way. But often it can be quite weak and unsatisfying. But here it's welcomed, and it's only at that big big attack here. Alright, it says boss, but at the moment, obviously, still early on. If you want some real bosses, you should check out the Puzzle and Dragon on Switch videos. I have uploaded a start to finish on that, so you can see every stage. I think it's like stage 1 to stage 13. And boy, do those bosses get really tough by the end. But in that game, there's no leveling up the team. In that game, it's more like picking different teams you unlock. So depending on what boss you're facing, a different team will be more suitable for it. Here, it looks like you're actually building a team and leveling them up. So for me personally, I'm kind of interested in that different experience. It doesn't feel samey. It doesn't feel like I'm doing the Switch game one more time. There's some differences here. Recruit more allies. Is that a gacha experience? Sorry, a gacha mechanic in this? Mana crystals, yeah. Huh. I got a couple of ideas how this might work. Now we saw that scroll on the home menu. Quicker to show you, so please show me. Aren't you going to show me? So, in my mind, when it said that the longer creatures live, they create crystals, I'm wondering if that means for us, the monsters we have in our team, we keep using them, is there going to be like a counter that after like 5 games, they generate a crystal, and we get to collect that? Or is it like combined, all the creatures we currently have, like after every week or every day, they all generate a crystal? That would be what I'm interested in knowing. But perhaps I'm overthinking things a little bit. Let's collect these crystals, sure. I must admit, this tutorial, it's surprisingly well thought out. I've certainly played a lot of mobile games where the tutorial is great for like the game's first, let's say 10 minutes, and then the tutorial abruptly stops and just leaves you without explaining even simple things like the menus. But here it's taking the time, and I kind of appreciate that. But also here in Japan, Puzzle and Dragons isn't necessarily aimed at the hardcore gamer audience. It is really something that's played all ages. And with a game that's old as this, a series as old as this, you know, people might be retired now who played it back in the day. Okay, so we defeat the monsters and the crystals are automatically collected. We don't need to physically touch anything on the screen. I bet there's going to be some like replayability behind the collecting the crystals. Perhaps there's even going to be like secret monsters. You've got to get certain crystal combinations. When you defeat a creature with this mark, the roots needed to create that creature. Whoops. So perhaps instead of getting the crystal, we're going to get the information on how to get that monster itself. But I trust the game to actually show me, so I'm not going to worry too much about it, because so far the tutorial has been giving us all the answers we need. I'm just wondering if it's like you need so many crystals to create that monster. So perhaps it's not some in-game event that's happening, perhaps we just have collected enough of those crystals to get that monster. Either way, we don't really need to worry about it, I don't think, because it's been explained and it's just happening. I'm just really curious if they're going to be like rare monsters or like this whole combining mechanic. You could do so much with it. I'm just wondering if they are going to do much with it. There we go, that's the water we need to get that guy out. All that attack for one little creature. Ah, now the tutorial's completed. Nice. Hopefully not too soon. Hopefully it's going to fully explain stuff still, like the creature creation. Okay. Creatures may be created at the root tree. Let's try creating this creature. You can see it's a 2-star creature we can create. So we need, I assume, 2 red, 1 blue, 1 green, and we have 3 red, 2 blue, 2 green. I assume that's what that means. Again, this is the first time it could be made a little clearer, but we also need 125 of the currency top right. Come on, be flashy, be showy, make this look cool. Oh, that's the dragon, yeah. Something I'm very familiar with from the Switch version. Teams, okay. So he wants us to take this out and replace it with this. It's a shame the little guy's not talking to us anymore. Why is it connecting? Let's talk to him. Well, I guess that's something to aim for. But it's just weird that he stopped talking to us. Like, one of the reasons why we should swap in the Flammy here is because it has a possible skill to Awaken. Like how our one on the right here had that enhanced combos. Flammy here has this one, 2-pronged attack. Normally, I would let the game see if it will explain the settings to me, or the menus, but because I want to show off the horizontal gameplay, I'm going to go in myself. So I'm guessing system. Ah, we have color blindness support. My guess is that in this series it typically means that they're going to add symbols to the orbs. I'm going to turn that on, perhaps that'll be useful for those watching. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Oh. So it logs us back out. I don't think that's a big problem. Plus we're able to compare it. So, Dynamic Islands on my left, Would it be nice to explain what it's connecting, what it's doing? Okay, so there's certainly space in the bottom middle for one more icon. And we've got these locked ones at the top. Oh, sorry. Bonus dungeons, free one. Although, there needs a space. Bonus dungeon, EON space I is. Dungeon, space, free one. Okay, so the English just needs a little tweaking. Again, dungeons here. At least there are stuff to unlock. It kind of gives us things to aim for. Well, let's head to 2. Ooh, big bosses there. Alright. Yeah, double drop rate. So if you watch a video, you can get more crystals, basically. Oh, it's high contrast. Interesting. So that's the color blindness support. It's the contrast. Huh. Wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more of a focus on perhaps the orbs themselves, like what icons, what symbols they had. So we've been hit. So I will go in and change the color blindness. But if this is actually helpful for you, let me know in the comments. It'd be interesting to see how effective this is. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I have fine eyes, so I don't know. I don't have like the experience to say one way or the other if this is a good way of doing it. But for a team that have certainly made plenty of these puzzle and dragon games, you should trust that they know what they're doing. I am a little curious about something. I'm going to turn my phone the other way up. No, it didn't change it, okay. Because the fighting's on the right side. Sorry, the orb's on the right side and the fighting's on the left. What if you're left-handed? There doesn't seem to be a way to mirror, so the orb's on one side and fighting's on the other. Alright. Well, we're healing. There's the big boss down, okay. Ah, watch a video, get double rewards. I appreciate that. It's not throwing the advert at us, it's saying, hey, if you want this, do this. That I appreciate, it's in our hands. Like I'm playing on Wi-Fi, so for me it would be okay. But if you were playing this on your mobile network, those adverts do add up. So if I do color blindness, is that going to reset us again? No, okay. And who can we... So, can't get this guy. Gotta get Flammy. So I'm wondering if it's going to use our Flammy to create that one. Possibly. That's not what I want. How do I change it from the red guy to another one? We've got this plus here. Creation list. So I'm guessing we can get the blue one. Again, the tutorial's kind of ended just a little soon. It should say, hey, why not try the blue guy? Press this button. Also, this isn't full screen, is it? Even this effect isn't full screen. Interesting. I wonder why. Can we create the green one? We can't. We need red. We don't have enough. So that grey is... This is all the ones we have, I think, yeah. The teams. Swap out. See, it's a shame that it doesn't tell us how our team score is improving. Look, I'll put that back. Total HP 4458. Total RCV 318. Total RCV 302. So our health goes down. So the RCV goes down. Again, it's. I feel like that should be something it tells us. But at the moment, it's not costing any energy. So we're essentially playing for free, so it's not that bad. It's interesting, playing horizontally, the orbs on the right side are smaller. Messed that one up. So honestly, I don't know which one I prefer. For the rest of this video, I might just stick with this, but there are some pros to going vertical, especially if you like commuting. If you got one hand like on a bus or train rail, you know, holding yourself up, being able to play the game one-handed certainly is advantageous. I guess it's more ambidextrous than this mode where it seems to be just right-handed only. Ooh, okay, not enough. Let's use this one then. Our health's fine. Couldn't clear the screen. I can't remember if there is an award for doing that. There's probably going to be a trophy for it. An achievement, I mean. It might even be like a bonus score or bonus attack for doing so. Alright. Let's keep going. Again, those tips, not staying on screen long enough. Yeah. Like, in the options, it would be nice if there was an option for us to turn on the ability to manually go to the next stage. At the moment, the game's automatically doing it for us, and it's doing it so quickly we can't read the help. That's the little game tips that it's giving us. So it'd be nice if there was an option where we could do that manually ourselves. And sometimes you try to get combos and stuff and it just doesn't work. Like your brain kind of freezes up on you. You can obviously tell I'm not a seasoned pro at this. It's not a reflex for me. Sometimes I do need to stop and think or just do something. Ooh, and sometimes you unlucky like that. Ooh, boss time. Ha, alright. I can use that, and then that there. That there. Got rid of a lot of them. That'll do. These early games can go quite quick, but if you've seen that Switch video, some of the later ones can take a long time. Well, let's try and get that green guy. This one. So then that means all the characters have been upgraded. Woodsy. Have you ever seen Lower Deck Star Trek? There's a character called Moopsy, and it's one of the most lethal characters in the whole show. What do we need for the awakening? I don't know. 5. What level are the other characters at? Team. So let's get our green guy in and level him up to 3. Makes him the same as everyone else. Let's keep going. Try and get round 2 finished. I do like the art style. I'm just looking at the background a little bit. Not exactly hugely detailed, but it does look nice on the iPhone screen. I don't really know if it's better resolution, higher detail art than the Switch version. Actually, it could be. That was a really bad attack by me there. Ooh. Oh, balls. Okay. So there's not a lot of health for me to pick up here. So what I need to do is create as many combos as I can to give that a boost. There you go, see, it went from 3 to 9. That helps. But this will also help. Yeah, so sometimes you don't necessarily need to focus on attack. Sometimes you really gotta get your health back some one way or another, and that could mean just lots of small combos. So instead of like lines of 5 or 6, just doing 3 will help you because you get little combos from it. Not quite full health, but yeah, difficulty's gone up. Well, that'll help. So we need to get the crystals to unlock characters, and then we need to use the unlocked characters to unlock further characters, and we need to level up those characters we've unlocked to get even higher level unlocked characters. So you can go back and redo a stage. Huh. So we can do it. It's a shame it doesn't seem to keep track of our previous score. It would be nice to have something to fight against. Or even the score of our friends. Who knows, it's possible that could unlock later. I'm not entirely sure if it would, if I'm honest. Even on Switch, there's not a way to fight against the scores of your friends. Brain froze a little bit there, just trying to work out the best way to do that. And look at that combo we got. Nice. I wonder if there's some hidden mechanics, like the bigger the attack you do, the more crystals you get from an enemy. Perhaps that could be something that they're doing. Oh, we didn't defeat them all. Okay. Nuts. I guess it's gonna work out. Ah, fools. That was not what I wanted to do. I didn't quite get that done either. Certain enemies can shorten the time you have. They might have their own special abilities, special attacks. Of one, we've seen a lot. There we go. We've seen a lot that do damage, but this one binds, which means we can't really use their. Can't use them. You see, the other three can do damage, but this one can't. We've got to wait one more turn. With us being down such a potent attacker, and I have to make sure we got health as well and taken care of. So those guys on the left there, they need one more level to unlock their hidden ability. Their awakened thing. We are not far from defeating the boss, so we'll definitely go for that and see what happens after that. But this isn't going to be another... That Switch video is like 11 hours long, I think, from start to finish. So we're not doing that today. Hopefully we've done a long enough video for you guys to decide, or if you want to try it yourselves. Because yeah, there's some strategy to this, for sure. But sometimes it's just do an attack so big that you don't need to worry about strategy. That's also a valid way of playing this. I never really did play the Switch one in touchscreen mode because I want to record it. It's got to be docked. So for nearly all my time with the Switch Puzzle and Dragon game, I've only ever done it with the controller. So it's really easy for me to see how others were getting such high scores in, say, comparison to me and the controller. But I can also start to appreciate that I had full, clear view of the screen, and they don't. So playing it with a controller, I could see everything. But playing it with touchscreen, they could do it quickly. So I can see the pluses and the minuses for both playstyles. Really interesting. Because the original Puzzle and Dragon game, I honestly haven't played in a very long time. The save feature in that is locked to device. So when I tried a Samsung Android phone from Apple, I forgot to transfer the file, to transfer the game over. So I lost years, like 2 or 3 years of progress, if not more. So I haven't played that version for a long time. And there we go. Boss time. Oh, I forgot to show you what their awakened ability is. Starting off with such a powerful attack. Well, good so far. I'm wondering what the boss is going to be, if it's going to be another character that I'm somewhat familiar with. For me, it would be interesting to see how many original characters this version of the game will actually have, or if they're just reusing art created for the other games. Well, art and characters. And they binded that one again. Well, thankfully, the little guys are getting stronger each time we play. Ooh. Yep, I recognize that guy. See, the game should have a tutorial here. Let's pause that. Oh, it doesn't explain what these new pieces are. Essentially, we're not going to get any monster attack power from them, but you can get rid of them and use them as part of the combo. But again, so yeah, this is a game where the tutorial feels like it's ended just a little bit too soon. Going to stack. Can we stack? I can't. It doesn't look like we can stack it. Okay. Could have done that there. Yeah, I've had it a few times now where it looks like we've cleared some balls and they've stayed on screen. Hey, he's back. Ah, yes, it's not just fire, well, red, blue, and green, but yellow and black as well. Light and dark, essentially. Oh, we're only going to get light first, okay. Ooh, how many? Well, we got a long way to go. Yes, we're gaining space for the yellow one, or the light one. Wants us to do it, okay. Oh, I can't go back, but you might have seen that it wasn't just a solid red, it was red and purple, I think. Stamina tickets are needed to enter dungeons. Depleted stamina tickets can be regained by watching ads. Okay, well, at least it's telling us. Huh. Okay. Match free and erase free to do basically light attacks. Use them to do light attacks like we've been using the other coloured orbs. Ta-da! So of course, light orbs are often best used against the dark monsters. Actually, I'll bring up the menu to show you that new tree if I can. Oh, it doesn't have an added here to attribute affinity. I guess when we finally get the dark ones, that it would update that so you can see. Yeah, because at the moment we're kind of doing neutral damage to the light ones here because we don't have any dark ability monsters in our team. Oh, new monsters. Well, so the girl on the left I recognise. The one on the right, that one's actually new to me. I don't think I've seen that one before. But like I said, I have not played all the most recent Puzzle Dragon games. Like, I think there's a Puzzle Dragon game on Apple Arcade. I don't know if this is that, or if this is a watch ad version of that. I don't know if there have been other platforms with other versions. So you see it cut down my handling of the ball time, for lack of a better description. Ooh, I've done a lot of damage. Okay. Oh, we heard something, didn't we? But we didn't see it. So what's this light attack do? Again, it's not really told us. Oh, RCV stands for recovery. Huh, okay. Again, it's a case that the tutorial has been so good up to that point that it sticks out. There's such a little thing like that wasn't explained to us. Yeah, so ooh, check out the bonus dungeon. This might be the last thing we can do. But on that row, all the monsters, or like the boss monsters, had two affinities. There will gain more floors as you progress through normal dungeons. The number of times you can enter the bonus dungeon is limited. So on the Switch version, Puzzle and Dragon Switch, there's also a weekly event as well as ones that are permanent. So I wonder if this is going to have the same thing. But again, we've got a lot more to unlock before we would find out that answer. So if you know, again, let us know in the comments. People may be watching this in the future and be interested in knowing that. But at the moment, this dungeon is described to me as a place to just get a lot of crystals and stuff. To farm them, I mean. I don't imagine it being too difficult. And because of that, it'll be easy to get crystals and things. Like, there's only 3 levels here. Can't use it. Ah, close. It would be nice to try and knock this one out in one go. Ah, not quite. Well, I thought I messed that one up. I actually worked out pretty okay. So essentially, a lot of leveling up we got from that. So that's probably the use of that dungeon, is leveling up. In top right, we've got 8,000 now, so... And that's it. We can do it. We've got 1 out of 2 things left, so we could do it one more time if we wanted to. What's this team's new here for? Like it's saying new, but it's not pointing us to what we need to do. Like there's no exclamation mark here. Well, there's a red dot at the bottom here. Like I'm pressing it. I think it could be that we've got 5 now. I mean that's what it's perhaps telling us. So what can we do here? Sure. And we'll add it to the team. Yep. So all these we can get. We can change the shiny one of these. Like I want to know shiny's stats, if it's worth doing that or not. Yeah, why not? Alright, so let's go to... Wait, what's this? Creating a creature raises your rank by 1, and when your rank meets certain levels you get rewards. Some rewards can only be attained this way, okay. So what did we get? Ah, okay. Yeah. Gives you more reasons to do what we just did. So, 2268, 678. 2268, 678. So this guy certainly isn't as powerful. And we've awakened. Nice. Oh, this one is 1655, 447. 1655, 447. Nope. Close enough. And we get the awakened. So we can add that to the team. Well, that's my team at the moment. You can see his skill. 1.2% HP and recovery for all creatures. Nice. 4 times attack bonus. 6 times attack with 4 combos. I'm guessing that's just going to change as we swap and change characters and level them up. But yeah, so that's Puzzle Dragons 0. It definitely feels more of an RPG, similar to what I've been doing on Nintendo Switch Puzzle Dragons. I think I prefer playing it vertical, because you got one hand free to do whatever you need to do if you're commuting. And plus it's perhaps more accessible for those who are left-handed as well to do that. But yeah, honestly, I'm impressed. Still a lot of things to unlock. 7 levels, but we know one of these needs challenge dungeons are locked at rank 95. You know, 8-1. So that's 7. So we've got to get 8 as yet. So there's a good 2 hours maybe left to go in this. So, and of course, we've got 4 out of 5 on our charge. So you're gonna have to keep coming back to this. It doesn't tell me when that's going to recharge though. A lot of games we have a countdown so we could see it. Just want to check what this red dot is. The tutorial. At least it's still there, and the tips that we've seen on the loading screens, I imagine. Other? Dungeon. Aha, we can change it. Left to right-handed. Okay. And you can turn Rumble on and off. Okay, okay. Oh, perhaps unlock more skins. So yeah, you're going to have to play around in the options because the game's not going to take you there. Any mail? Oh, 512, I think that's optimistic. Seeing there doesn't seem to be any sort of friend linking system here. And our guy, special treat at 310, alright. So yeah, honestly, I like it. I'm already a fan of Puzzle & Dragons, so I would recommend giving this a go if you're Puzzle & Dragon curious, or if you're a fan of the series like I am. If you want something that's perhaps a little bit more RPG based, rather than like the collecting, collaborating that the originals become. So, after the next Mobile Friday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, shorts, or even live streams on YouTube. Or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi, as a small YouTube channel. We get no money from YouTube. But with Ko-fi, we can get donations, including PayPal donations. But we also have some subscription tiers, so maybe one of them will interest you. And one of them is the Switch version of Puzzle & Dragons, which I still play. Every week I'll do the challenge, and every week usually facing off against 4 or 5 other random Japanese people here in Japan. So all those videos are on Ko-fi. Some of the older ones are free on YouTube if you're interested in checking out that game. And like I said, I've also done a start to finish of all the rooms in that. So if you want to check out that video, get yourself some popcorn. It's a long one. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.